All right, so for number 21, we're asked to find the perimeter, which is just add up all the sides. We're told that the perimeter is 26, and our side lengths, we have x plus 3, and x plus 5 for our side lengths. So I have 26 equal to 3x plus 8. And subtracting our 8, we have 18 is 3x. So the value of x is 6. All right, number 22, we have 480 fluid ounces. Is what the radiator had when it started to leak. How many miles will the truck travel before the radiator is empty? So really I need to know here 4 ounces per minute. So I need to know how long it's going to take for our truck or the radiator to run out. So I have 480 ounces. And so we're going to divide that by 4 ounces per minute. And I'm keeping up my units because the units really do help here. So that's going to give me 120 minutes. Well, he's driving 35 miles per hour, so 120 minutes is really 2 hours. So it's the same thing as, my marker changed, 2 hours. So if he's driving 35 miles per hour, then after 2 hours, he is going to have driven 70 miles. All right, so number 23, we've got an ice cream shop. It has 3 flavors that it sells. We have vanilla, and it sells chocolate, and it sells strawberry, and it said it sold a total of 42 cones. Now, last Saturday, blah, 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 it sold 11 more with chocolate than vanilla. So to make those equal, I have to add 11 to vanilla, 2 more with vanilla than strawberry. So vanilla equals 2 plus strawberry. And so we want to know how many cones with strawberry ice cream did this sell. Well, I would go all the way back up to here. Well, we know vanilla is 2 plus S, plus chocolate is 11 plus V, so that's 11 plus 2 plus S. So that's going to be 13 plus S, plus the strawberry is 42. So it looks like we're going to end up with 15 plus 3S is 42, and that's going to give me 3S is 27, so that means 9. So number 23 is 9. Number 24, in triangle ABC, below D is the midpoint of CB. So if D is the midpoint, then we know these sides are equal. And let's see, an angle ABC is a right angle. That's handy to know. And let's see, what else do we know? The length of here. What is the length of AD? So I need to know the length of AD in meters. All right, so looks like we have here a right triangle. The hypotenuse is 10. Now, if we remember our 3, 4, 5 right triangle, we know this side was 5, this side would be 4, and so this side would be 3, but they're all doubled, so it's 6. So then I know this side is 3 and this side is 3. And so that's going to help us try to figure out on with our other side. So now we can go ahead and set up the Pythagorean theorem again and solve for this part here. So I know I'm going to have that missing side squared is equal to 3 squared plus 8 squared, so 64. So that tells me x squared is equal to 73. So it looks like we're going to get answer choice G. Okay, so number 25, just skimming through the problem, we have several points here. I already plotted the y-coordinate of the new point is the mean of the y-coordinates of 5 points already plotted. So which of the following order pairs? All right, so notice that we've got a couple of different things here. you're going to have to find the mean of both. Well, all right, so that's just our average. So let's go through and add up, because we already know we have 5 points, so we know we're dividing by 5 on both of them. And so let's see, what do we end up here? We've got -2 and -2. Well, that's going to cancel out with that +4. And so 1 and -1 are going to cancel. So it looks like I'm going to have a 0. So 0 divided by 5 is still 0. And oh my, that knocked out all of them but answer choice C. So that wasn't too bad. All right, let's look at number 26. So we have a geometric term, or sequence, sorry. And if you look at a geometric sequence, that means you are multiplying by the same amount each time. So multiply the same amount each time. All right, so that should help us. Here we have the first term is 10. The next term is -5. So it looks like we're multiplying by a -1/2. So then the next term would be 5/2. And then the next one would be -5/4. And so let's see, the next one would be a +5/8. So I need the fifth term. So 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth term. So it looks like that's going to be answer choice H. Number 27 is a great calculator problem, and we can set this up. So this person works 8 hours a day for 5 days a week, and so paid $1 per shirt that she stitches, or $10 per hour, whichever is higher. So here we see that this person stitched the following number of shirts: 60 on Monday, 52 on Tuesday, 85 on Wednesday, 80 on Thursday, and 90 on Friday. So let's see, 8 hours. So $10 an hour for 8 hours. So she has $80 for sure, guaranteed. So let's see, let's go through and count. Well, she did 60 on Monday, so she needs 80 for Monday. On Tuesday, she did 52. So we're going to still want $80 there. Let's see, on Wednesday, she made the same. On Thursday, she made more, so we're going to say 90. And then, 80 and then 90. So let's see, it looks like I skipped one, didn't I? 85. She's going to want that 85. So now we have the same amount. So let's go ahead and add all those up, and let's see, we're going to have a 5 there. So that looks like it's going to get rid of everything but answer choice C. All right, and notice I didn't even finish that. And of course, if there hadn't been a 5 there, I would need to, but obviously there's no reason to. All right, so number 28 is going to be a rule that you're going to use with the roots of the function. And you're going to look at, this is A, B, and C. And if A squared, let's see, I'm sorry, not that. It's going to be B squared minus 4AC. We need to find that value. And so B squared is going to be 49 minus 4 times A times C, which is 10. And so notice that we ended up with 9. Since we ended up with 9, that means that here we've got a nice, neat number. So we're going to end up with 2 rational roots, is what that implies. All right, so we have this big right triangle. And again, it would be useful. We do have our Pythagorean theorems 3, 4, 5. But we also have one that is 5, 12, 13. And so notice our sides are 5 and 12, so the hypotenuse has to be 13. And this person wants to put a rest stop at the halfway point of the course. How many miles past B? Well, let's see, the total amount of the course is going to be 17 plus 13. So that's going to give me 30. So halfway, that halfway mark is going to be, 15. So we're starting at A, if I'm remembering, yeah, you will begin at A. And so we need to go 30 all the way around, and then the halfway mark is going to be 15. So how far past B are we going to have to go? Well, here is 5, and so we've got to go another 10. So we've got to go up through here another 10. So it looks like here the answer choice is going to be D. All right, so for number 30, this school has 120 students, and 1/3 of the students are taking literature. So that means we have 40 that are taking lit. And then it says of those not taking literature, so that would be 80. 1/4 are taking composition. So no students are taking both. How many students are taking composition? So I need 1/4 of 80, so that's going to be 20 students. So that's answer choice G. Now number 31, for what value of x would this be true? So the square root of x plus, well, the square root of 9 is 3, and the square root of 36 is 6. So that means whatever I take the square root of, I've got to get 3. So which of your answer choices can you take the square root of and get 3? So it's going to be answer choice D. All right, number 32, we can go ahead and set up some proportions. Now it's tempting, since we have a right angle, we kind of want to lean over to our 3, 4, 5 or 5, 12, 13, but we don't have enough information for that. Now we are told that sine of A is 3/4. So that's important for us to know. Sine of angle A is 3/4, and remember, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So what that's telling me, that I've also got from here, I know this side is opposite and I don't know the hypotenuse. Even though that's not the side I need, it will help me get there. So I'm going to set up a proportion, because I know 3/4 has got to be the same thing as 12/x. And notice that whenever we go through and examine those, I've multiplied by 4 here and so 4 here, so I know this side has to be 16. So now I can use my Pythagorean theorem. I know that 16 squared is going to be equal to 12 squared plus that missing side squared. And so once we do all the nice, awesome calculator work for that, I think you're going to end up with answer choice H. Okay, number 33. Well, that looks like it would be very difficult, but believe it or not, it's not too bad. Let's look, whatever we get inside here, we're going to say 3 times that. Now, log base 2 of 16. Notice 2 is broken down as far as it can go, and it is to the first power. I'm going to change 16 to be 2 to the 4th power. So believe it or not, the answer here, log base 2 of 16, is going to be 4/1, which is 4. And so now I come back and say 3 times 4, so my answer is 12. Okay, number 34, a bag contains several marbles. On 3 successive draws without replacement, a red marble is drawn from the bag each time. Which of the following statements? Now notice must is italicized, and that's saying, hey, beyond a shadow of a doubt, not that might be true. Now this has to be true. Has to be true. So looking at all those, the only one that has to be true is at least one marble in the bag is red. All right, moving on. Okay, so this next one is going to be where we have a cluster of different things that are given to us in a graph, of course. And so up in the problem itself, we're told that the roller coaster goes 50 miles per hour, and it completes one total trip in 2.25 minutes. So I've got to do some conversions here. So I know that in 1 hour we have 60 minutes. And so this is really traveling 5/6 miles per minute. And then it's going to go 2.25 minutes. So that's going to give me how many miles that this has traveled. And I think you're going to end up with 1.875 after you type it in your calculator. So that's going to be answer choice B. All right, let's look at number 36. Same type of question here. And so the roller coaster is at a height of at least 235 feet for a total of 5 seconds during each complete ride. Which of the following is the closest to the percent of time during the complete ride to the roller coaster at least 235 feet? So at least 235 feet. So if we look at the graph, we're going to see that that's going to occur over at... So the distance traveled here is going to be the time frame is 120 seconds is what it takes. So really 5 seconds of the 120 seconds is what's going on with that. So we're going to have 5 is what percent of 120. So if we look at 5 over 120, that's going to give us 0.04, and then of course move your decimal to get your percent. So that's 4%. So that's answer choice G. And then number 37, which of the following values is closest to the average slope? So if you go over to your graph and count, remember average slope, that's going to be your rise over the run. And pay attention to your units. So as you go over and count up on the graph, well, let's see, you're going to go up from 50 to 250, so you had a rise difference of 200, and then between 40 and 90 seconds, that's going to be 50, so it looks like you have an answer choice of E. Okay, number 38 is classic, just sub in and let your calculator do the work here, because you're going to end up with 10 to the 5th times 0.5 times 10 squared plus, 2.5 times 10, that's just 25, and plus 6. So if you type all that in your calculator, it's going to give you 8.1, and you'll see a little e come up. That's the same thing as times 10 to the 6th, so that's going to give you answer choice J. Number 39, which of the following data sets is the difference between the mean and median is the greatest? So notice all of these, of course, that's all going to be the same. So you're really looking for a big spread in the scores, and that's going to leave you with answer choice D and E. And really all of these are super close together, with that being an outlier. So that's going to be answer choice D. All right, number 40, we need to know what to the nearest square foot, what is the area of the top of the deck. So it looks like we're probably just going to have to go through and look at some difference of the area of the pool and the area of the deck, and just assume that this continues on through here. And so we kind of need to know that value there, that if the whole thing is 32, of course, but I'm going to take off 4 here and 4 here, so I'm taking off 8. So the diameter of the pool is actually 24. So if we did the area of the deck and pretended that whole side was there, we would have 20 times 32, which is going to give you 640. And then if the area of the pool, remember that's going to be pi r squared, so that's going to be 12 squared, the radius being half of the diameter. And then to see the difference in the two, type in your calculators. You're going to have 640 minus, that looks like it's going to end up being 70. Oh, we need semicircle. That's what's wrong. I was like, my goodness, that's too big. So we need that divided by 2. So that's going to give me 144 divided by 2, 72 pi. And when you type that in your calculators, it looks like you're going to get 413.805. So the closest to that would be answer choice K. Okay, our next problem, another pool, and we want to know what is the perimeter of the swimming pool. Now notice we've got some extra on each side. We have a 3-foot space, so notice here and here that's going to be cut off. Same is true here and here, so we can very quickly find what did we need the perimeter here. So we have 30, but I'm going to take off 3 here and 3 here, so that's really 24. And the same is true down here. The total thing is 40, but I'm taking off 6, so that's going to be 34. So we have 24 times 2 plus 34 times 2. And so that's going to give me 116.